All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing today on this Friday, April 23rd, 2021? Thank you once again for joining me here tonight for another metallic episode of Music of Destruction, bringing you guys the very best in metal-related content right here on YouTube. If you missed anything in the past week, click that eye in the upper right corner of the screen, get caught up on all my latest videos. I would certainly appreciate it. If you want me to review anything, make suggestions down in the comment section below. I do appreciate getting requests. No slam or deathcore, metalcore, or modern tech death. If you enjoy those, great. I do not. It's that simple. And remember, subscribe, turn on the bell so you don't miss anything. This is the hardest working metal channel on the platform, or among the hardest working on the platform, bar none, and nobody's going to give it to you as unbridled, passionate, raw, uncensored, and unfiltered as myself. So welcome to Metal Album Warfare Fridays here on the channel, and tonight we have two Funeral Doom metal elites doing battle once again, and this one's going to be fucking epic, man. We have two of my favorite bands in the genre with, of course, Ahab-The Call of the Wretched Sea going up against Nortt Ligfaerd. Now, The Call of the Wretched Sea was released in 2006 on Napalm Records, and Ligfaerd was released in 2006 on Total Holocaust Records. Now, I have done a full review on The Call of the Wretched Sea as well. I have yet to review Nortt Ligfaerd, but do not worry, it is coming, because Nortt is among the elites in Black Funeral Doom, in my humble opinion, and I have a great appreciation for his work and the contribution that he brings to Black Funeral Doom. Alright, so without further ado, let's just get right into it here. First up, we have Ahab's Below the Sun versus Nortt's God Forsaken. And Below the Sun is probably one of the most crushingly bleak, incredible, atmospheric, intense Funeral Doom metal songs of the fucking century. I mean, the way it starts off so slow with some really deep atmospherics, and then it just smashes and crushes you with its ominous drumming, bass, guitar work, and vocals. It literally feels like Moby Dick has attacked the fucking Pequod and pulled you into the infinite depths of the ocean. Like, this song is just fucking mind-blowing, and if you saw my review, I do a full in-depth review of this band, so I'm not going to sit here, because I could talk about Ahab for fucking hours, but Nortt's God Forsaken is an instrumental track with some really deep, passionate, melancholic, ice-cold riffs with that Funeral Doom undertone, but it is an instrumental. It clocks in at just 4 minutes. Below the Sun's over 10 minutes, about 11 minutes, so I'm going to give the point to Ahab's Below the Sun, so we have a 1-0 lead for Ahab. Next up, Ahab's The Pacific versus Nortt's Sermon on the Mount, and again, Ahab really kicking ass on this fucking review, on this edition of Metal Album Warfare. This is a absolute, incredible, crushing, fucking monster of a track from Ahab, and it continues on in the journey of trying to destroy Moby Dick. You know, like, it's very, very complex and compelling, but so is Sermon on the Mount from Nortt. It's bleak, it's depressing, it's grim, it's black, it's like a fucking cemeterial fog surrounding you as you experience Nortt's Ligfaerd. Now, they are different on the spectrum in terms of lyrical themes, but the atmosphere between these two bands is actually very, very similar. If you listen to both these albums, you'll know what I'm talking about. So we have a tie there. So we have a 2-1 lead for Ahab. Next up, Ahab's Old Thunder versus Nortt's Unholy. And you know, these two songs are so fucking incredible, and it's really difficult to pick a winner because of how emotionally compelling these are, but also the atmosphere on both these tracks is equally immersive, it's equally intense, and I absolutely adore both of these fucking songs so much. They are a little bit different in terms of the temperature and the contrast. Of course, Nortt's is more leaning towards death, darkness, and isolation, and hatred, but Old Thunder is more leaning towards an oppressive journey in the ocean, trying to find Moby Dick and not fucking be pulled into the abyss of the ocean. So yeah, a tie there as well. Next up, Ahab's The Sermon versus Nortt's Ancient Time. And I mean, equally bleak, equally intense, equally crushing songs from both of these fucking bands. And that's why I decided to compare these two albums, because I do hear a lot of similarities, but Nortt's is a lot more on the suicidal side of the spectrum, whereas Ahab's is more on the terrifying unknown side of the spectrum with the Nautic elements and the Moby Dick elements and all that. So yeah, a tie there as well. Next up we have Ahab's The Hunt versus Nortt's Death Rune. And I'm going to tell you something, man. The Hunt is probably one of my favorite Ahab songs of all time. I find myself always coming back to this one because of how emotionally gripping it is, but also of how it has a build-up and an intense climax, but so does Death Rune, and Death Rune just sounds like pure fucking isolation, blackness, and death. Perfect songs, they both are getting a point. We have Ahab's Oath versus Nortt's Funeral, and you know what? I gotta give it to Ahab's Oath. This is just such a perfect fucking song that I cannot score it any lower. I can't score I have to give points to Ahab here because this album to me is one of the most incredible, compelling, crushing, bleak funeral doom metal albums of all time. In fact, I did say it was my favorite funeral doom metal album, and it is. Nortt's Funeral is an incredible track, but it doesn't live up to Ahab's Oath in my opinion. So yeah, the point's going to go to Ahab. So let's add up the scores. We have the Call of the Wretched Sea coming in with 6 points, and Ligfaerd comes in with 4 points. So Call of the Wretched Sea takes the victory by a small margin, but that's not to say Ligfaerd isn't an absolute beast of a fucking record, because it is. The fact is, the Call of the Wretched Sea is just that perfect. It's probably... I have yet to find a funeral doom metal album that can fucking compare to what this album does to me and how fucking... I just want to listen to it over and over and over and over all the time. It's that fucking good. So Ahab are gods of funeral doom metal, but Nortt definitely among the elites in his respective black funeral doom craft as well. Bellwitch is another one that I really love, and I will be getting to some Bellwitch. I have to get some of their music. There's so much metal to fucking collect that my fucking room's gonna be full by the time I'm done. Like, it's just gonna get ridiculous. Anyway, there you guys have it. Another metal album warfare in the books here on Music of Destruction. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's premiere. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, turn on the bell so you don't miss anything. Twitter and Instagram, Music of Destruction. Teespring store is open. teespring.com/music-of-destruction. Go and support me there with my merch. I got some good ideas. I'm trying to come up with some new ideas for merch, but anyway, if you want to support through Patreon, the Seed episode number 32, The History of Thrash Metal Part 2 is up on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/music of destruction. Pick the $5 tier. You get access for life to the podcast. Your support helps keep the channel going, gets me better equipment, hardware, software, all that awesome stuff. So thank you very much. Colton James and myself, reviews, on the run movie and game reviews. It is still happening along with Imperial Creative Assembly. We're working on a mafia crime drama. We decided to switch from a horror film to a mafia crime drama series because it's going to be easier, because we need to hire a visual effects team for a horror film. So we switched things up, but let's check out a clip of what you can expect on the new YouTube channel.
Here I am, Wheezy. Hey, you're gonna like it down here. Come on, I want to be a part of one of my attendant yet. Don't got him, bitch.
I'm sorry, Ricardo.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. Aren't you?
And we're back. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Have an awesome night. We will see you for the Crypt Underground Metal Radio Show tomorrow, Saturday, April 25th. Have yourselves an awesome night, or 24th.